He is basically a plant. His name is Chance, and Matt set this up.
So before the girls met Chance, they met with Tonya for some body language tips. Here's a look at Valerie's night out.
And their Chance meeting.
Yeah. Valerie met up with Tonya to get a few tips at A.J. Maxwell's, one of New York City's premier steakhouses. First thing Tonya had to tackle, Valerie's eye contact with men, or lack of it.
What you want to do is make eye contact with them for at least 3 to 5 seconds, because it's going to kind of unnerve them and kind of give you the upper hand. Another thing that I noticed you do is these big sweeping gestures. And I'd like you to tone it down a little bit, because it helps you come across as a little bit more serious and a little bit more seductive.
Tonya also wanted to improve Val's sturdy, but not so sexy walk.
So what I want you to do is when you walk up to a gentleman at a table, or when you walk into a bar, I'd like you to kind of swivel your hips a little bit more. It'll kind of make you the it girl into the room.
After a few practice laps, Valerie was ready to try it out. Valerie's date is this hottie. His name is Chance, and he was brought in by Matt to secretly evaluate the ladies' dating skills.
Hi. Hi.
Right from the get-go, Valerie's nerves got the best of her when a sexy toast went awry.
Do you like to drink?
Yes, I do.
Come on. Let's have a little toast.
Cheers.
Oh, boy.
Good.
That was my fault,
Mazel
everyone.
tov.
Yes, exactly.
And the social stumbles didn't end there.
What type of guys do you like?
I feel that.
Oh, this is going to be good.
Oh, this is. I know. Let me take another sip.
Yeah, feel free.
Thanks.
But it wasn't all bad. Chance asked a few questions to try to trap Valerie into making a first date mistake, but Valerie wasn't having it.
So, tell me about your last boyfriend.
Oh.
This small talk is over.
He's not my boyfriend anymore.
The wildest thing you've done. Give me that. Give me that.
Oh, well, I don't know. Maybe on my second date with you.
The second date.
Good for you.
I like that.
Val, good job. You didn't fall into the trap too
No, I
often.
deflected.
Maybe with my maybe on my second date with you.
Yeah.
So what'd you think of the date?
I just felt he just asked so many inappropriate questions. I was like, dude, you know,
What's
he was like, what's the wildest thing you've ever done? And I'm like, and then my answer back was, what's the wildest thing you've ever done?
But now, why do you think that's inappropriate? Is that inappropriate to ask you? I mean, I don't think that's a big deal.
On a first date?
Yeah.
I think,
And then he also said, have you ever been engaged? And have you, are you a party girl? And I was like, oh, I'm a wild
you
and crazy
understand.
guy. I was
Val,
like, what's up with that?
Val, you know that Chance was put up to this.
I
He's
do.
trying to trap you.
I know.
These
I had
questions
it.
were,
I felt
they were planted, so
Yeah.
you could answer appropriately.
Right.
And you did. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you. Yay. God.
The other thing, though, is that you still were sort of grateful to be there, and you were thanking him a little bit, and the conversation was, your answers were very stock, and they were, you were trying very hard to answer correctly. They were almost that of like a corporate training video.
Well, let's
sort
ask
of like,
Chance. Chance, what did you think? Did you feel the same way that her answers weren't that
Yeah,
interesting?
she was very eager to please, and it was like with those questions that were inappropriate, there wasn't even a tease answer, and it was an ordinary date. It was very typical. There was nothing unique about it.
Yeah, nothing unique.
You didn't make a statement. You didn't make a statement like, what is your unique quality? Where's your mystery? What is it that he's going to think about when you go? So he calls you for a second date.
Which I felt wasn't going to happen. Like, that was our last chance with Chance.
Why did you feel that way?
Well, I just, you know how you just get that,
Creepy feeling?
Yeah, creepy feeling.
You need a shower?
Yeah, and shampoo my hair. And,
But here's a statement you made, Valerie,
Yes.
David. David. Here is Valerie David on her.
Valerie David, so you can guess what my initials are. And
Oh, God.
I did use it to my advantage. I ran for senior class president in high school, and my slogan was "Vote for VD. It's contagious." And I won.
No, here's the thing. Hold on, though.
Is that an ooh or an ah?
Matt. Okay, guys, answer this question. I think it's inappropriate when a woman talks about like bodily things and stuff like that. That was kind of not that bad. I don't.
Well,
was it?
because she applied it to running in an election, it's a cute campaign slogan. But to compare yourself to a venereal disease on a first date can be a little bit bad. Guys don't like self-deprecating humor. They don't like women that put themselves down.
Is that true, Chance? Chance?
I mean, I always associate politicians with VD, so I understood. But it's not something that she says that, regardless of how the date is, you get a visual of all these things. Let me tell you, the second date was mutual about not having one once you brought up VD.
Right.
no.
Oh, goodness. So you're imagining a petri dish with bacteria.
Oh, cultures.
Well, let's clear something up.
Yes.
Well, no, I won't even.
No.
It's just an initial.
Guys,
Right,
you know,
just initial.
you want to portray positivity, female strength, mystery, and a unique quality. And comparing yourself, again, to venereal disease isn't quite getting there. But I understand. You're trying to relate. You're trying to make him laugh. It's okay, but I need more of Emily's female, sexy presence.
Who is Valerie? Who is Valerie? That's what he's trying to find out. And
Right.
if you're not answering questions, even if they're questions you might feel are inappropriate, you're never going to get.
Yeah, because I
somebody
felt
should know you.
stilted and I felt a little stiff. Like, I think it was a great analogy of the corporate interview.
Okay.
That's what I felt
Another
like.
topic of discussion: meeting people for the first time.
For me, I'm what you see is what you get. I'm a very honest person, and I'm a very perceptive person. Extremely perceptive. And
I'd be careful.
Sometimes I feel like I'm Superman with X-ray eyes, and I actually feel I can sum somebody up pretty quickly.
See through your clothes. No. How was that?
Well, I think that you can never say what you see is what you get. Those are the 7 words that will kill any mystery in a relationship. Because she's throwing herself out there. This is who I am, and you already know it. It's the first date. Chance is going to think, well, what else do I need to get to know?
Well,
I mean,
were you trying to say that you were just like you're down to earth? Or
No, it was actually so funny that it's so funny to watch this and see this as myself. But I think when I'm very perceptive, I'm like, and this is the last date. Like, I see through
that right?
you, and that's really what I was
well, you guys
saying.
you guys
in a
really
way.
didn't like each other. It sounds like.
I'm getting that now. This is new to me.
Wow, Valerie.
I mean,
That's
I'm
why.
sorry. I don't mean to be mean.
No,
I'm
you're not.
sorry. I'm just,
We're going through a process here,
Yeah,
Valerie.
exactly. It's a learning
But
process.
again, to compare yourself to an alien with these antennas, saying that you have these superpowers, and I know who you
Yeah.
are.
Yeah, that's
It's a little scary and too serious, like Glenn Close, Fatal Attraction kind of thing. So just easier.
We got to talk body language. And we both picked up on something there. Valerie's arms.
Underneath the table.
They're under the table.
But
What's
they
that
were
saying?
wild the last time.
Right, so I think that what you did was you took what I gave you, which was try not to have big flaring gestures, and you went the opposite and kind of held your hands down underneath. And so it's great that you toned it down, but what I would have told you to do is do what Chance was doing. His hands were up on the table, kind of so that it looks like you're trying to build rapport with him.
Yes, and go ahead.
We have to look at Valerie's other body language. Watch this.
Oops.
Yes. And your name again?
Chance.
Chance. I'm
Oh, I forgot
Valerie.
blind
Yes.
date thing with Valerie. Okay.
I know. I'm like, okay. I don't want to guess your name.
Nothing going on
I know.
here.
See, we already got
I
a lot
like
in
that.
common.
I like that.
Yeah.
What do you do? It's cold. If it's
Exactly.
raining.
If it's cold, if it's raining, if it's snowing. But
Okay.
no, I'm a one-woman guy.
That is
Isn't that weird?
wild. She is.
that funny?
You're doing everything.
Imitating.
But that was completely unconscious. See, here's the difference. When you're trying to build rapport with someone, you have to be the one who's in control. So you have to be aware. So what I would tell you is don't follow his lead. So unconsciously, you have to be more conscious of it because what you did there was look insecure, like you needed him to be the one who's leading.
You didn't have an identity, and you were searching for one, and you jumped onto his.
Yes.
You know, I mean, it might as well have been like, like the mirror thing, but.
Time for you, sister. Emily's turn. Let's take a look at her date with Chance.
Emily and Tonya got down to business with a little lesson on how to be more flirty.
One of the things I noticed about you is you really have the capability to be seductive. So one of the things I want to focus on with you today is ways that you can flirt, okay? So one of the things you can do, and I noticed that you did this already, is touch the man on the arm. That's really powerful. Another thing that I think will help is if you can kind of bring your hand up to your neck, your ear, your hair. That tends to be a very flirtatious move. So as he's talking, one of the things that you might do is touch your earring, okay? Yeah, I think you're gonna do really well.
Knock on wood. Nice to meet you.
Now remember, this guy, Chance, is a plant put in place by Matt Titus to test Emily's dating style. Over the next 30 minutes, Emily seemed to do well, engaging in some flirty conversations.
There may have been a little lap dance involved on my part. Very tame, very tame.
And diligently using Tonya's techniques. But she also had some not-so-hot moments.
I closed a bar on my birthday, and there might have been some topless body shots taken by many people.
Really?
Maybe I shouldn't be telling this story.
Emily, you may be right. Let's hear what the experts have to say.
Topless body shots.
A little too much for a virgin to reveal? Matt and Tonya weigh in when we come back in 90 seconds.
Whoa. Hello.
Still to come.
Christmas is coming. Me and my husband just got married, but he lost his.
Today, tune into the show that's tuned in to you. Judge Alex and Kimberly Guilfoyle square off on The Verdict. Also, got debt? We have answers. Our Get Out of Debt Week continues. Next stop, Los Angeles. And who's he chasing now? America's Most Wanted's John Walsh reveals his surprising new target. Plus, how to dress for less and still look like a celebrity. And R&B sensation Deborah Cox.
Welcome back to week 3 of our dating boot camp series. Still with us, dating coach Matt Titus and body language expert Tonya Reiman.
And our 2 recruits, Valerie and Emily. Now, both ladies went on a date with a very handsome guy. His name's Chad.
Hi, Chad.
There he is. He happened to be a plant, by the way, from Matt Titus, so he could check out their dating skills. So he knows how to go on. He's basically a professional dater.
What are you talking about? Okay, and we got to go back to what we just heard before the break, okay? Here's another look at Emily's blind date with Chance, where she reveals a bit of a wild side.
I closed a bar on my birthday, and there might have been some topless body shots taken by many people. Maybe I shouldn't be telling this story.
Now, again, for the maybe the older crowd, a body shot is a shot of liquor off of your stomach,
Yes.
and a man slurps it up.
A little bit, yeah.
A stranger,
Little bit.
usually, typically.
Not in this case, however.
Not in this case. So it was a friend, at least.
It was a friend. It was a gay guy.
In Juliet's
It
case,
didn't
you know
matter.
about strangers.
Oh,
Is that what you're
excuse
saying?
me, I've never done that before. But wait, before we get to Matt, Chance, I was just talking with Chance. So she's telling you all this stuff, the body shot. She's a virgin. Did you have any idea that she was a
Did you
virgin?
do a lie detector on that one?
Oh, damn.
Oh. No, but you say that because...
Oh, I don't know. Maybe the nudity with several, or I'm sorry, quote you, many people licking your body.
Yeah, that was... Do you
That
regret
totally
saying
negated the whole hair flirt thing.
Yeah, because she is really cute and flirty and all that. And so, Matt, was it going too far?
Yes.
Emily, what planet are we on? Dude, what's? Listen.
No, he's
Your
not-
dating personality that you portray does not match who you really are. Basically, the dating personality was that of a call girl.
Right.
It was, and it's okay. No, she's portraying herself as a one-night stand, live in a moment kind of girl. And Chance is going to behave appropriate to that, to that impression of who you are. But you're not. You know, you are a virgin. You are somebody that's looking for a relationship and somebody that looks for another person that cares about them. That's not what you put out there. You are overcompensating. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Are you?
Oh, absolutely. It's like the guy equivalent of getting a huge sports car. You know what I mean?
Right.
Did you not want to tell him that you were a virgin, or is that something that you wouldn't say on a date?
No, I mean, it's definitely not on the first one.
Let me stop both of you
Yeah,
guys.
don't.
No, never on a first date. Your sexual past is. You don't say anything about that. Nothing. Ever. It's none of his business.
And it's not necessarily a negative. Well, gosh.
No.
Besides body shots, Emily also talked about her longest relationship.
What was your longest relationship?
4 months.
Wow, you almost crossed the half-year point.
I know, right?
4 months. Wow.
Yeah, it was long distance too.
All right. Proximity-wise, someone who was nearby, what's the longest relationship? 3 days? 5 days?
No, I think a month actually. Close proximity.
This comes after the
a little case
topless body shop.
Right.
Topless.
A little case of the verbal vomiting.
Yeah.
TMI, too much information. It's just not appropriate. He's going to think you're a crazy hot chick. You know, you can't hold a relationship, can't keep a guy interested. You live in the moment. That's what you're putting out there. Do not talk about the duration of your past relationships or your past relationships in any way.
Why bring up anything from the past?
Exactly.
Well, because he asked her.
Well, I know, but he's trying to trap her.
I'll give you the answer. I'll give you the answer. I've dated a lot of guys. I've had some great experiences, but I just haven't found the special one yet. That's it.
Interesting.
Love it. But it seems like both of these ladies wanted to just be honest and well, I guess maybe if you're on, yeah.
Well, you can't be mute. You're right.
No, that's
you
true.
gotta
Okay.
answer some questions.
Body language. Watch what happens when Emily tells Chance about when her last relationship was.
I wouldn't know.
That's true. I'm trying to give it an accurate. I guess 4 years ago. The last serious boyfriend.
Were you locked up? What happened there? 4 years?
Well, I'm a very busy girl. Life
4
on the run.
years? Oh, my God.
You know, Chance plays a pretty good jerk.
I'm not playing.
Oh, I'm playing, man.
I don't think he was that bad.
No? All right.
But I mean,
He was a player. That was his intended role, and he did it well,
He
actually,
seems like
I thought.
a judge here. Well, anyway, back to the body language.
Emily, you know, the only thing I noticed on that little clip was when you started talking about your past, you closed up.
Yeah.
And did you notice what Chance did? He then pulled his body back. And that, again, is unconscious. You're not comfortable talking about your past relationships, and it kind of turns him off as well. So you have to take this for what it is. This is supposed to be practice. And both of you girls, instead of being so on cue, need to recognize that you need to practice as much as you can. And this is a perfect opportunity.
And what she's saying is right. It's a dry run.
Right.
It's you can make mistakes and then we can evaluate it. You know, I wrote a book. I talked about all the different types of players that were on the field. Chance represents one of them. You know, you guys don't want to waste time with men that aren't going to commit, that aren't for you, and they're indicators that you can see that will tell you to get away from that guy and not waste any time.
Remember last week when I think it was Emily kept using the word fun. This is fun.
That was Valerie.
Oh, well, it's catching.
I didn't.
It's catching.
Yeah, that's funny.
We noticed that Emily wanted to be exact on her dating details.
Exactly. Well, try waiting on them.
Or something?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
That's not going to work either.
No. Exactly.
Take a warm bath. And
Exactly. Light a few candles. Oh, exactly. Exactly.
Okay.
Well, no.
You never know.
Oh, exactly. Exactly.
Kind of makes it exciting, though, I think.
Exactly.
Where the hell was I that night? Oh,
Exactly. I mean,
at least.
exactly.
Oh, hey, gorgeous.
Exactly. What did they drink back then?
I don't know.
Exactly. Done.
Exactly what was she doing?
That's ridiculous. I swear I have other words in my vocabulary.
But you know, I have to say, what was funny about it was, Valerie, you did the same thing. You said exactly over and over again. And I started thinking, did they talk about this? Because you both did it. But it's a nervous habit. You just, you know, you say something that comes to mind.
Okay, that's week 3. What's in store for week 4?
Well, it's going to turn into for real with the dating. That's all I'm going to say. So the stakes get much higher.
Oh, no.
Okay?
Oh, boy, and by the way, today happens to be a very special day for one of our contestants
VD.
here, Valerie. Big 4-0.
40th birthday, congratulations. Uh-oh.
Say happy birthday to the beautiful members of the Dream Team. Hello. Oh, my gosh. Did I get him for my birthday? Oh, my God. Don't you wish it was your birthday? Emily, I'll proudly share. But I get to pick which one I want.
Yeah, Emily, you got to get you a little of that cake.
Give her a big hug. My Lord.
Wow.
Your hug. You might be the only man that gets a hug. And for exclusive green room interviews with Matt, Tonya, and our 2 recruits, log on to mnjshow.com. When we come back, Get Out of Debt Week continues. We're in Dallas.
Now that's beefcake.
Wow. Body
Wow.
guys.
What's going on, brother? Good to see you. How are you? Thanks for joining.
Still ahead, Camilla Morton shares the secrets to making your old clothes fun and funky again. But first,
I'm about to get married. My husband has bad credit. How will that affect me?
our Get